All right, we had a lot of challenges there on the front nine. So on the back nine here, we've got our improvement plan. Have a little tempo, work the tempo, club up, conservative lines, swing aggressive. So we got this tree way down in the background here. I'm gonna swing right at that. Okay, should be pretty good. All right, 155. So normally that'd be a nice smooth pitching wedge, but today, out of the rough, we're gonna play smart here. It's a front pen, so 9-iron to do the trick. I mean, this is a good 20 yards behind where I normally am, so definitely fatigue setting in. So again, the goal here, smooth tempo, stay connected, good strikes, really take our time. Because whenever you're fatigued, guys, what happens is your brain doesn't operate quite right. So you just have to take a few extra seconds, really lock things in, and just try. Just like that. So a little yank, but that's not too bad. Landed pin high. Yeah, now at least we got a birdie putt out of the rough. And again, that might be as many as 2 clubs more than what I would normally hit there, so it's good. Do that. Instead, be quiet. Don't talk. Listen to the voice inside your head and allow it to tell you what you're doing wrong. So for me on the front nine, I just wasn't playing my game. It's just that simple. So now we're getting a little closer to the hole. We've already rolled one 30-footer in. So we just got to trust. The putter is going. We got the speed. We're ready to go. Didn't quite hit that one. So something I never see recreational golfers doing that all pros do is you always check holes as you're driving around. So this is the 17th hole. Now, as you can see, that pin is tucked right behind a bunker. Now, most guys, they're not going to check that and they're not going to remember it, but it's important. And I'll explain why when we get to the 17th hole. All right, so this particular hole, last time I played it, a couple of things came back to me. One of which is you really want to aim right down this chute. It's just the hole's designed to aim down the walking path. So I like to tee it up right in the middle of it and just send the ball right down that path. Just like that. All right, we got 140, which this is a good 15 yards back from where I normally am, even on a bad tee shot. So, you know, the more I trust that I'm just fatigued, the more I'm starting to realize how tired I am. So I'm able to adjust accordingly. And for those of you out there that come out and maybe you're tired, you're stressed, just understand that maybe that's the day where you got to play a little more conservative, and that's the challenge. So appreciate the challenge of the day. I'm clubbing up here. This is a pitching wedge. Normally this would be easily a gap wedge, but today we're going to have to hit pitching wedge into this. We're just going to trust. Nice smooth swing here. Again, tempo is king on this back nine, so that's going to be our main focus right now. Little left of target. Bounce up. Okay. So we got to look at it again. Not swinging well, just tired, but it's a putt, and that's all you can ask for when you're playing, you know, semi-poorly. So when your pitching wedge feels like a sledgehammer, you know you're tired. So we're gonna figure this out, boys and girls. We got this. It's just a matter of time. And I want you guys to think about this, okay? You have to enjoy the challenge that is that day. If you're hitting it great, the challenge is going low. If you're hitting it bad, the challenge is breaking par, even though you're not playing well. And that's okay, you know, not every day is going to be a good day. You're just hoping that the good days are the right days. Just like that. I mean, it's crazy. When you work on what the game wants you to work on, what happens. And we're 1 under par, and I am hitting the ball like trash. So now the course is really testing me. This pin is only 225, well, it's 225 yards away. But typically, this is a 5-iron for me. Landing in the middle of the green, and it bounces pretty hard because everything's sloped towards the back. But I mean, my pitching wedge literally went 20 yards less in my driver as well on the last 2 shots. So I know I'm fatigued. And the idea is, this is where my friend and I, Adam, we always talk about the game is going to teach you what you need to learn. And today, the game is teaching me that I still got a lot of ego. And I've got to accept that I'm just not going to pound it today, no matter what I try to do. I mean, I've been drinking protein shakes and eating candy bars, and it's just not working. So we're going to hit the 5-wood here. We're going to stick with the tempo focus. We know our miss is right. So we're going to aim at that little evergreen, well, I guess that pine tree, just on the left center of the green. And we're just going to let it fade back. And it shouldn't be any issue at all because, I mean, the tee box is sloped, everything's sloped down and to the right. So let's see what we can do with this. Oh yeah, that's a much better aim too. I'm starting to really feel my angles better now. That's beautiful. Just like that. Just pulled it a touch. God. Well, it looks like I'm in the bunker, but I'd rather be there than on the right side of this green. I mean, that 5-wood, I just literally felt like that thing was so heavy. I felt the toe turn over. I mean, I was trying to hit a cut there, and it drew on me. There are gonna be days like this, guys, and you can't get mad about it. You gotta look at it as a challenge, and so that's what I'm encouraging all of you recreational golfers to do. It'll be more fun because you're gonna pull some stuff off, and you're gonna really learn a little bit about yourself. So let's see if we can hold this fucker out, huh? Came close to ending up here somewhere, but that's all right. These bunkers are in great shape right now, and I need to work out of the bunkers because there's a lot of them on this course. So I accept the challenge. And again, just because we're getting used to the bunkers, we're going to play the conservative. We're going to hit pretty far behind the ball, just kind of chunk and run it, as they call it. And see how these bunkers are. They're pretty thick, they're pretty wet. Got my landing spot. Just focusing on that. Oh yeah, that came out real nice. Sit down. Yep, nice little tap in there, boys and girls. So the key is, guys, like, when you accept the challenge, good things happen, believe it or not. And I'm going to tell you a little story about how I took low amateur in the Boston Open back in 2013. Well, I was going through some swing changes, and it was nasty. Let me tell you, like, I never knew what to expect. But I focused, and I freaking gave it everything I had, and I made an 11-footer downhill left to right slider to win the tournament by 1. And Thing was, like, the pros, you know, they kicked our butts, but the guy that I beat was a former 3-time champion at this event, and the conditions were bad. I mean, it was raining, it was cold, ball wasn't going anywhere, and I promise guys, I was swinging about as bad as you can swing. But I bet I made 200 feet of putts that day. And that's the key with golf, is sometimes you gotta Jordan Spieth it, sometimes you gotta Ben Hogan it. So the golf gods have rewarded us. They've moved the tee quite a bit up, which is gonna give me a chance to get home in 2 on this par 5, which is nice because I got nothing in this tank right now. So again, we're just gonna focus on tempo, and I'm gonna play smart. I'm gonna play out to the right. I'm not gonna try and take on the left bunker. And we're just gonna aim right at that cart path. Should be perfect. Just nice smooth swing here. And again, the king right now is tempo. I'm too tired to focus on anything else other than tempo and target. So that's what we're gonna keep doing. It feels pretty good right there. Yeah, I mean, that's 60 yards shorter than where I normally am on this hole. So consider this, you know, when it comes to CNS fatigue, your brain can only process maybe 32 to 64 bits per second, your conscious brain, on your best days. I mean, you got to be like amped up on caffeine, super rested, you know, just ready, right? On days like today, it's maybe processing 4 to 8 bits, to be honest. So focusing on one simple thought like tempo is huge. So we're going to stay with it. And again, I know I'm beating this poor dead horse to death, but I'm really trying to get something into your brains, guys, and that's simpler is better in this game. So again, focusing on tempo, verifying our target, and just swinging smooth, making good contact. Just like that. We got away with that. I was a little late on delivery, but really well struck shot. Okay, so this game's crazy. When you're this tired, even your eyes start playing tricks on you, where I thought that was going to be just in front of the green, and I've still got maybe 40 yards to go. Not too tough of a shot here, but definitely not what I expected. And I noticed too, when people get real tired, like I've seen these parents of newborns come out and play, and I mean, they're exhausted and they can't understand why they're playing bad golf, and they just don't realize, like, they're not sleeping. You know, you got a newborn. It's a new stress in your life. You just have to be a little nicer to yourself, a little more understanding. And so with this particular shot, like normally I'd throw this up next to the pin and spin the living mess out of it, but that's a low odds shot right now. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to pull that off, so we're gonna play the low shot. It's still winter. There's no harm in that. I want to give myself another birdie chance. So I just see a spot right in front of the green. I'm gonna land it. One hop, trickle up. Yeah, it should give me something inside 6 feet, hopefully. Here we go. Roll. Guys, ever wondered how Jordan Spieth makes so many putts? Well, I'm going to tell you right now, there's a trick to it, a little secret. And today you've probably seen it. And that's essentially, you simplify everything. You take all the guesswork out and you commit to a line, and even if it's not right, there's still pretty high odds of you making it, because putting is actually really simple. You know, a lot of you may not know this, but Dave Peltz, he used the analogy that putting is easier than tying your shoes. But a lot of people make it far too complicated. And so today I'm simplifying everything because I don't have the brain matter to really push it. And so what's happening is I'm getting over the ball and I'm getting a sense this ball might go in. Oh, so close. But anyway, the idea is pick a small spot on the cup that you want to hit the ball with and just do your best to do that. Don't try to make it. Just roll that ball at that spot. If it goes in, it goes in, and you'll be surprised. You're going to make a lot more putts. You guys ever get to a hole that just has your number? Today we're going to talk about how to beat that hole using psychological tricks. So in this case, this hole every year has gotten me. And it has a lot to do with the way this tee box is set up. It's very uncomfortable. You're standing on moguls, the ground's running away from you. You know, you really have to concentrate. And so what I tend to do is I tend to block this tee shot because I come out of it, because I get nervous, and I'm trying to see my shot. But the trick is, guys, you pick a target, you stay in the shot, you trust your swing, and you pick a club. You don't have to swing all that hard, so you can definitely be athletic, right? So in this case, I'm playing my 7-iron. I'm going right at the right edge of that goalpost, and we're going to swing nice and smooth. Tempo is king. Just like that. So this is obviously not my best, but I'm most likely not going to make a double bogey from here, right? So that's the real key, is you get to a hard hole, simplify it down to something you know for a fact you can do 10 out of 10 times. And in this case, I know I can 2-putt from 30 feet 10 out of 10 times if I focus. So my only goal is to get it on the green within a makeable distance. And I've accomplished that goal. And the way that I did that is I focused on tempo and contact. Super simple. One single thought. Just like this putt. Which I don't understand because it's all downhill. But you know, that's life sometimes, boys and girls. But anyway, really solid par here. And I know what you guys are saying. We'll see what happens in the tournament, Jeremy. Well, if I practice this over and over and over, which I got a 10-pack of practice rounds, guys. I'm qualifying for the damn US Open this year, at least local. I'm going to remember that. I'm going to get on that tee box and I'm going to know exactly what my tendencies are, and I'm going to commit and I'm going to hit a good shot. You'll see. I'll probably birdie this hole. So the key with great golf, guys, is got to know your tendencies, and you got to be okay with it. And right now, I know I'm going to try to swing too hard on this hole. I can feel it in my body. Everything in me is like, you're going to have to swing at this. So we're going to dial it back. We're going to even take the target away, and we're going to stick strictly with the tempo thought. Because right now, this hole is making me nervous. I'm not swinging well, and I have some scar tissue on this hole. So we got our target, we're aiming at it, we're letting that go, and now we're just going to focus strictly on tempo. Nice, smooth tempo. And there you go. And that's how you overcome a tough hole when you're not swinging well. You get it down to the simplest single thought you can get it down to, and then you trust that and commit to the swing. All right, so we got it in play, and now we've got a choice ahead of us. It's a pretty tough little choice here, guys. It's the kind of choice that can get you in a lot of trouble, but look, I'm 1 under on this back 9, and I'm playing golf now. So I'm going to take these trees on, and I'm going to crunch this fucking golf ball, and I'm going to commit to it, and I'm going to trust it. We're going right over the top of these trees, and there's going to be no bullshit in this swing. This is going to be a golf swing, boys and girls. Just like that. That should be pretty fucking good. So typically I'd putt this, no doubt about it. Would be the definite shot on this particular hole, but you guys can't see it. There's a bunch of fungus spots right in front of me. And, you know, I'm putting uphill and there's kind of some like leaves and some like goose turds. We're gonna work on the proper shot, which is a little chip up the hill with the sand wedge. I got a nice little landing spot up here. Really trust it. Let's see if we can knock it in the hole. Oh, I rolled out quite a bit, unfortunately. So, you know, sand wedge it was probably the right club. I just flew it a little too far, so no big deal. So now that I'm up here, I'm kind of seeing it wasn't quite as uphill as it looked like. That's reminding me I gotta walk around on these greens before I hit shots, before I aim. There's just too much going on where you can't, you know, the slopes they're kind of illusions in certain areas. So in this particular case, it actually runs away from the hole up here, and I'd totally forgotten about that, and I didn't come up and check it. So now I'm in a situation where, you know, I got 12, 13, maybe 15 feet here for birdie, when I could have easily had inside 5 feet if I'd have just played a little smarter. And here's the thing, I'm getting over the ball now, and I'm realizing like it actually breaks to the right, even though under the hole it looks like it doesn't. And there's a lot to do with the water. There's a lake over there that you guys saw coming up. So just taking my time a little bit as we come down the stretch. Feeling good, I'm 1 under. This putt's gonna fall. We're gonna make this putt, guys. And I mean, it was just interesting hole because typically it's a 3-wood off the tee, but we're under a little crosswind. And I'm just, you know, I really want to focus on tempo still. So we're actually gonna hit a driver here. And I know the driver, even if I'm fatigued, will cover that left bunker. So we're just gonna let it drift back right on that tree line. And again, guys, the whole focus here, just tempo. We're tired. We should have made that birdie. We got some frustrations piling up. So just focus on tempo, swing smooth. Perfect. Don't cut anymore. Sit. Well, as you guys see, sometimes when you swing smooth, you get the best results. Well, luckily these bunkers are soaked. I've got 70 yards. Now that I'm up here, I feel there's a tailwind, which is perfect. I'm just gonna hit my little 70-yarder out of the bunker. We're gonna aim right at the hole. Nothing too crazy here, just wanna lean with the hill. Try to get it inside, maybe 15, 20 feet would be nice. Remember, no legs out of this shot. Just like so. Boy, that came out crisp. Well, not too bad, but unfortunately not where you want to be. After hitting pretty much a perfect drive, it just hit it too far. Okay, so misjudgment there has left us with a pretty long putt or a birdie putt here. We don't want to ruin a round that we're putting together with very little skill with a bad putt here. So, you know, I'm really trying to get all the angles. Like I said on the last hole, I wasn't really paying attention to the angles as well as I could have. You know, 70-yard shot out of the bunker. It landed just on the back of that hill and skipped. No big deal. But we got a little work left here. So, you know, when you get to these types of situations, take your time, guys. From a course management perspective, a 2-putt takes a lot less time than a 3-putt. So you have a little time to work with here. Don't rush it. Really feel how far this is going to go. See your line, trust it. Really lock in. And just let it go. Just imagine it dribbling in the hole. Just like that. Turn. Turn. Not bad. Again, I don't know what it is about these holes today where the downhillers seem to be slow. I'm just going to assume it's the cross cutting at this point because every downhiller I've had today has been really slow. And I just talked to one of the greenskeepers, and he was saying they've been watering like crazy because it's been so dry out. So it doesn't surprise me that they're a little slow into the crosscut. And that's essentially one of the main tactics that greenskeepers use. So these won't be conditions that I plan during the tournament, so we're not too mad about leaving them short right now. And again, like in a practice round, leaving them short is okay because I'm probably gonna have really good speed on the day of. All right, guys, so that crosswind has turned into a little bit of a headwind here. We got the driver, again, just tempo. I'm going right over the center of these bunkers. Nothing crazy. Should land pretty soft into the wind like it is today. Again, our focus is simply tempo. We got 105, and if you guys remember when we were on the 11th tee, I was telling you, pay attention to that pin. So the smart move here is not to go at this pin. We're gonna go a little right of it, hit a nice tight draw in there. Most likely it'll go straight because I'm kind of on a downhill slope. I should have a little 10-footer. There's a fence up there. There's a little, there's a fence post I'm looking at, I'm gonna aim at. And again, it's 105. I gotta carry it all the way there. So we're gonna play a higher draw, but let's see if this works out. Yep, like I said, comes off straight. Now we're pin high, maybe 20 feet. And again, I'm one under with a terrible golf swing, so we want to keep this round together. I want you guys to understand too that course management is how you score. It's that simple. You have to play to your level of skill. Could I have attacked that pin? Absolutely. But if I see that pin in the tournament, there's no way I'm going at it. That's a double bogey waiting to happen, if not the easiest bogey you ever made on a closing stretch of holes that honestly 1 or 2 under is fine. So let's give ourselves a birdie chance and roll it in. We've been rolling it in all day. So let's take a look at where I ended up and why this was the best shot. Notice all these slopes around the hole. You know, yeah, I could have gotten closer to the hole, no doubt about it. But the game is not getting it close to the hole every time. The game is using your skill set to get it into the hole as fast as possible. And in this case, I've been making a lot of uphill putts today because they're cross-cut. So my speed control is great on the uphills, kind of crappy on the downhills because the crosscut is against the grain. So what's happening is these uphillers are rolling real nice, and these downhillers are rolling real slow, kind of bumpy. So in this case, I feel like I've got a real good chance to make this, more so than even if I were on the other side of the hole, because it would probably bump a lot. So got a really good feel over this ball. I've got the line on it right where I want it. I mean, this thing is tracking, guys. I got a great feeling about this. So we're just gonna let go and let it roll itself in the hole. Just like that. Oh, come on. Anyway, you guys get the idea. Pretty good effort there, and God, stress-free parts feel good, don't they? And again, it's good to be lipping stuff out a month out, guys. It's really good. Like, I'm actually more than a month out. We're just getting started. So on crosscut greens, 2-3 feet of break, and we're lipping them out, or we're making them from 60 feet. That's a good sign, especially with a brand new putter. So gotta stay positive. All right, so we're 1 under par on the back nine. Really not swinging well today. We were 2 over on the front. You know, not a good day, but we got a chance and a challenge to close out this round. And I urge you guys, when you guys are playing bad golf or good golf, try to give yourself a challenge on every single hole. And that's kind of the cool tip I wanted to leave you with today, guys. So my challenge today is to make a birdie. Now, I checked the pin when we were coming up. This is one of the easiest pins on this hole. So I'm taking a huge risk here. I'm hitting driver. Normally, driver takes you all the way down to the water. But today, since we're just focusing on tempo, we're a little tired. This should be the perfect club. And I'm just gonna hit it down the left side and let it cut back. Should have a nice wedge into this hole. And then from there, all we gotta do is make a putt. So there's a bunch of trees. There's a little bitty, tiny tree I'm looking at way down on the 9th hole. Lining it up. Yeah, that feels really good. And there we go. Right at the tree with a tiny cut. Huge kick. Oh, that's where we want to be, boys and girls. That is the mayor's office. That is the governor's palace. All right, we got 157 to the pin, into a tiny little wind, maybe even a tailwind, actually. Yeah, I don't know. It's pretty dead now. So, like I said, the key here is I've got a challenge ahead of me now. I'm fatigued, man. This happens. You get to Sundays and tournaments, even just Saturday, and you're tired. You got to really dig deep. So for those of you guys that are playing on the weekends, you know, you're going to be a little tired coming down the stretch. But when you give yourself a challenge, you can get a little deeper into yourself, a little deeper in the mind, and really find something. So we're going to find a way to make a birdie here. We're going to dig deep because this is great practice for tournament golf. And we're going to get this birdie. Got a good target here. I clubbed up. We're going to swing nice and smooth. Just focusing on tempo and target here. Oh yeah, that feels pretty good, guys. That feels really, really good right there. I love it. Oh, best swing of the day, boys and girls. Get on back there. All right, we got a look. That's all we can ask for. All right, so here we are. Last chance at it. Let's see if we can get it back to even par today. I got a good feeling, guys.